Well, I have noticed one thing from the past couple of years that if you want to win Game of the Year, then your best bet is to create an open world game. I have seen that this genre dominates when it comes to end of the year considerations, but you guys must be wondering that why am I speaking nonsense? What's the point of all this? Well, to be honest, this year has just started and we already have two of the amazing open world titles, which are Dragon's Dogma 2, one of my favorites, and Rise of the Ronin, one of the most impressive titles released this year. So at first, when Dragon's Dogma 2 released, I thought that this game will surely get this year's Game of the Year. But after playing Rise of Ronin, I have my doubts. So in this video, I will talk about which game is better and which game you should play. I have played both the games and I'm really enjoying these two. So that's why I thought I should compare these two games. So before starting off this video, I want you guys to like and subscribe this channel if you haven't. And yeah, now let's start. So first, let me tell you that I know there are two different types of games, but just in case your budget only allows for one game, what game would be a better fit for you? Okay, so first let's talk about graphics, because that's the first thing you will see in an open world game, right? So if it's the best graphics you're after, go for Dragon's Dogma 2. The game feels like a full step ahead of Rise of the Ronin. I first played Rise of the Ronin and thought it did have some pretty scenes, even if overall it felt below standard graphically for a PS5 exclusive. Dragon's Dogma 2 reinforces that last point. I have only played for about 5 hours, but already I've had a lot of wow moments when I walked slowly and smelled the flowers or trees. So of course, Dragon's Dogma 2 uses Capcom's RE engine and just looks amazing overall, and is very impressive because of it. But one bad thing, in spite of its visuals and amazing character creation capabilities, the mouth animation looks absolutely horrible. I mean, what happened here? Now, if you're looking for instant happiness, like if you're looking for instant gratification, then Rise of the Ronin is your game. Ronin will give you that gamer action dopamine high with every satisfying parry you make that's often capped off by unique flashy fatal blows. It has some bite-sized action moments and perfectly sized missions that allow you to just jump in anytime for immediate fun without requiring too much of an emotional or time investment. Dragon's Dogma 2 meanwhile is a slow burn type of game. You need to be in a certain mindset going inside this game, a very patient mindset. This game makes no accommodations for impatient gamers. There's no easy way to fast travel, there are no quest markers, maximum healing health goes down as you take damage that can only be recovered by looking for camping zone or going to an inn. The game goes for a more realistic flavor, which to some may feel tedious. You'll have to prepare well for a quest and plan your travel route, otherwise you'll be stuck backtracking. As it stands though, I think Dragon's Dogma 2 is a game that becomes more rewarding as you make deeper progress through time, while Ronin just grabs you from the get-go and is bursting with personality. Dragon's Dogma 2 has more serious, realistic, muted vibe. Now let's talk about difficulty. If you get a sense of dread thinking about the battles and overall oppressive feeling in Souls-like games, you'll have a chance to like any of these games. Rise of the Ronin is more like a Souls-light, borrowing elements from Souls-likes and then just tuning things to be more forgiving. While Dragon's Dogma 2 may be harder than Rise of the Ronin, the battles going from level 1 to level 12 have so far been manageable, easy even. Nothing has been as stressful or dreadful as going up against a normal enemy in a Demon Souls. The battles so far lean more towards more traditional action RPG than a Souls-like. Sometimes it even feels like what the combat in Baldur's Gate 3 might have been if it wasn't turn-based. There's a deliberate feel to it, and you can also get doused in oil through rocks and use similar feeling skills and spells. As a big part of that for both games is that you have companions helping you in a battle. Called pawns in Dragon's Dogma 2, you can have up to 3 other active companions that can fight with you or heal you, although you can't actively control them. Without map quest markers, they can also help you guide to where the next mission is. They are a little bit chatty though, and sometimes I wish there was a mute command. In Ronin, you can have 2 other companions in battle that you can switch playing as anytime and can revive you if you go down. In any case, battles should be less of hindrance in progressing in these two games than a true Dark Souls game, if that's a concern for you. Now let's talk about transparency with combat and decisions. Unlike Dragon's Dogma 2, everything in Rise of Ronin is transparent. You will know which choices influence the story. You'll know the rewards for befriending one faction and completing one mission. All of this helps you craft a more effective warrior, and that's important because the game can be difficult. So all in all, Rise of the Ronin is just just as demanding as Dragon's Dogma 2, but the focus is on gameplay than roleplay. Its quality of life features, combat and diversity of missions make it more compelling adventure if you want to dive into an RPG. But still, it depends on you. Do you want to explore Japan in the 1800s, at the time when the country was opening up the Western influence, leading to an interesting mix of Japanese and Western elements? Or do you want what looks to be the most visually stunning depiction of a medieval fantasy world filled with castles, griffins and goblins? Well, the choice really depends on you. And also do tell me in the comment section that which game do you like the most and which game are you playing right now, and I will see you in the next one.